Hey everybody, Cynics here, and I'm back to celebrate a very special day. Some of you might remember that November 1st happens to be National Self-Portrait Day. So wake up from your sugar coma and dust off the closest mirror because today we're going to learn a little bit more about ourselves. So, you might remember that I also did this last year, but I figure it's a good, opportunity to do it yet again because it's a very hard day to remember. It's right after Halloween, and you're probably, preoccupied with that, and you might forget that today is the day that you draw yourself. So I'm going to speed up this video a lot because it's, a lot of this similar kind of content that was in last year's video. I looked at last year's, self-portrait just to see where I think I could improve. And one of the things I didn't like was the eyes. They just looked kind of dead and boring, and there wasn't much detail in them. So that's one of the things I wanted to focus on in this self-portrait, was just to make the eyes a little more lively and a little more interesting. And that's a good thing to do, is to look at, a previous work, a previous self-portrait, and, really think about what you want to improve on in your artwork, and then set a goal for yourself. So that's kind of a fun thing you can do with these self-portraits. But this holiday is also a lot of fun because it not only showcases how you've changed physically, but it also showcases how you've changed as an artist. So you can watch your progress through the years, and it's just a good idea to participate no matter what your skill level is. So anyway, I'm just going to draw a straightforward face here, using a lot of mirror reference. I looked at some photos too, just to kind of feel really comfortable. But nonetheless, I had to speed it up a bunch because I was really hesitant with my lines. And that's probably because I haven't been drawing that much, and most of you probably know that. I haven't had many videos up lately and stuff like that, so, I've really been slacking off on the art and the videos. And a lot of you thought I was dead, and some of you were, writing comments and giving me really well-wished messages of encouragement and stuff like that. So I thank all of you completely for being so nice and, always, inspiring me to do more videos. And I'm definitely going to try to not disappear again anytime soon. So sometimes I take a small break. I think I did that last year too, but I'll be back for a while now. I got plenty of videos lined up that I want to do, but I definitely need to shake off some of the cobwebs first. So there'll probably be some silly videos for now, maybe a design lab or something like that. But yeah, more videos will come. I won't disappear right away, I promise. But anyway, you can see I'm doing a very, very similar approach to what I did last year, and that is just doing the line work. And for some reason, when I do realistic line work of people and things, I like to do a lot of little thin lines, like shadow lines. I like to show contours. Basically lines that I don't want in the final piece, but lines that are just going to help me to visualize the piece as in a more painterly way. And I've talked about that in videos such as drawing like a painter and stuff like that. But basically using your lines to define both shadows and kind of contours and stuff like that, instead of just the basic, here's a line that represents, the eyelid or the really solid outlines of things and things like that. So I think that's kind of a helpful thing, at least for me, anytime I do something realistic. I don't do those lines when I'm just doing cartoony stuff or less realistic stuff, but definitely for realistic stuff, it helps me a lot. So anyway, you can see my face again is slowly starting to form, and I'm already working above the line work. Once again, I did just a basic color pass under the line work just to feel comfortable, because it can be intimidating to really just approach painting, just right off the bat with some white canvas and some lines, and you're like, oh, I'm scared. Where do I start? But it's good to just wash the background out with some color, and then maybe put some base colors under your line work just to, really block out some local values and local colors. And then you can just feel a lot more comfortable about just going in and rendering out piece by piece. So here's the eyes that I wanted to be, better than last year's, because this is probably how they looked last year, about this detailed. I think there was just a blotch for for the Irish, and then for the iris there was a little blotch, and then just a pupil. And this is probably about as far as I got with it. But I wanted to make it a little more detailed, so you can see I'm trying to bring in different colors and get a little bit of I don't know, texture on the iris. But then again, I'm not trying to be super photorealistic or super detailed. I'm still being really loose. When I talk about bringing in, more detail, it usually just means me blotching around my pen, like real roughly on the canvas. But anyway, there's a big unfortunate thing there. I actually forgot to record a big chunk of the face where I rendered the nose and the eyebrows and some of the lighting on the eyes, which I'm pretty disappointed about because I wanted to at least talk about eyes and stuff like that, mainly in like the lighting on the eyes, because there's a lot of interesting things you can do with lighting when it comes to eyes, and I demonstrated some of them even though I wasn't recording because I didn't know I wasn't recording. So I was demonstrating them and going through all this stuff about, oh yeah, look, you can do this and that, and it's all a waste because I was apparently just talking to my bird. But yeah, the eyes are a lot like the video I did about reflective surfaces. You can pretty much see what room you're in or the environments around you by looking at the eyes. They reflect the lights, obviously, most effectively and most specifically. But you can really reflect a little bit of everything in the room if you have say trees or some dark horizon and some middle stuff and skies. You can reflect all that in the eyes, but it's very subtle, and you have to know that to be subtle. But lights are definitely the main thing you want to reflect. So, say you have a computer screen in front of you, like I do, you can reflect that rectangular light shape in the bottom of the eye, like it's reflecting off the computer. And maybe your primary light source is a lamp that's in the corner, and you can reflect that too in your eyes. So, always be thinking about stuff like that. And I also tried to add a lot of texture to the face to show my horrible Irish skin. There, I used the word Irish. Irish, iris. Yeah, I'm completely illiterate right now. So yeah, one of the other things that I just should mention is that it's very late right now. I think it's like 2 a.m. But I knew that I had to do this tonight. Because I don't want you guys to, get a new video at the end of the day, and then you'll be like, oh, I can't even participate in self-portrait day because you waited so long to tell me about it. So this way, I'm going to put it up nice and early, so you'll all wake up tomorrow and you'll see that it is self-portrait day, and hopefully you will do a self-portrait and you will share it with everyone. Now, in terms of sharing it with everyone, the main hub for Self Portrait Day is conceptart.org, and in the finally finished section, they have a little category at the top for Self Portrait Day. And don't worry, I'll put a link in the description as well. But I would just love to see a bunch of you participate and post your self portraits. All skill levels are welcome. It's not like a competition of skill or styles. You can be at any skill level, and you can do any medium as well. Some people have done photographs that are, really artsy, but I recommend, that's you have to be a serious photographer to probably like impress people with a photograph on Self Portrait Day. But you can do a sculpture, you can do anything you want, and it's definitely a lot of fun. So anyway, I finished my face, and I didn't even talk much about it, did I? But you can see that I made the hair, like I kind of saved the hair for last, and I drew my face without the hair in front just to kind of, really focus on the skin tones, and then I brought down the hair, which is, actually there. And so you can see my hair's kind of dumb and messy looking right now because I haven't cut it in a while. But yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully we can get back to cranking out videos and doing some art. So yeah, art time, inspiration time, let's do it.